Happy Saturday. So today I have a treat.
Hi.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm a senior at Montclair High School, and I'm doing an internship with Tiffany.
So, we've been working together for like 2.5 weeks? Not that long. But what I want to know is, how does what we're doing every day, how does it compare to what you thought about real estate?
I would say that there's a lot more back-end stuff that goes on, a lot of paperwork, and just a lot more is involved than I guess I expected. And also that a lot of people don't really have a clear idea of what they want. So that can be kind of tricky to navigate, I guess.
Okay, so you've heard the conversations, and whenever I can, I try to put it on speakerphone so that Sophie can hear what the client is saying compared to how it is that I'm responding. And based on overhearing some of those conversations, sometimes wants and needs don't necessarily add up with reality or what's available in the market. And there is a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes. So I know a lot of times people who are watching HGTV, they think, oh, you just go out, you take a look at 3 houses, you pick one, and then that's that. But you have been with me kind of pounding the pavement to show houses, and it's definitely not like that, right? So I am bringing Sophie to do our car wash chronicle. So we are just arriving at the car wash, so this is going to be interesting. I don't usually have someone with me. So you're doing this senior option, which is in lieu of attending classes for a semester in school. Has this been interesting for you? Are you glad that you did this versus still being in school, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm definitely glad that I did it. I think for usually in the last month of school, you don't really, the learning has kind of stopped, so it's been cool to still be able to do something interesting. And this is not something that they ever teach in school, so it's cool to learn something that I wouldn't have access to in school.
We've had some interesting experiences. You guys know that I often work with buyers at Harrison Park Towers, which is in East Orange, which is a co-op building. And was it the second day that you were with me?
I think it was the first.
The first day. Oh my gosh, we had 4 appointments in the building. I had a closing that day. It was interesting, running to all the different units, and thank you, and just trying to explain to each person what the process was, what are the available units. Something that I can say about real estate for sure is that every day is different, which I think is part of why I enjoy it so much. I'm not just going into one place and doing the same thing over and over again, which, no shade to anybody who does, but it's just really interesting to me that even if I'm selling multiple units in one building in particular, each transaction is going to be different. Each buyer, each seller, everything is going to be different each time, which I think makes it interesting, because then you're always learning something. And I know you were saying that as high school is kind of winding down, that there's not a whole lot that's happening. So I think this is a good opportunity for you to see some real world experience. And then, but not have it be with your parents, because I think it's a different experience when you do bring your kids to work day versus doing what you're doing as a senior, a person who's going to be headed off to college in a few months, living on your own, and one day be pursuing a career. So I think it's interesting. It's a good opportunity, and I certainly get a lot from it, because it's nice to have a young person with a different perspective, some fresh ideas, things that I hadn't thought of, or can easily handle a task that is otherwise not that much fun, but you did it and you seem to enjoy yourself, and have your time to kind of compile some data. Is there anything that you haven't seen? We did a broker open house, so you got to see what that's like. Is there anything that you want to see for the next 3 weeks or so that we're going to be working together?
I think just in general, just seeing more of how things change day to day, and how each day is different, and just how much each day can vary and things like that.
Okay. So I definitely have some things to show Sophie here. So if you should have any questions, you guys, you know me. I am Tiffany, Miss Montclair Booker. You can always find out the latest and greatest properties that are on the market by going to my website, missmontclair.com. Don't worry though, I don't just work in Montclair. That just happens to be where I work, live, and play. But I certainly am licensed to sell throughout the state, so I'm happy to have a conversation. I can be reached at 973-460-4674. Take care.